Henke is back. I'm here discussing with a couple other YouTubers and stuff. How Forces was not, how it became like a downgrade from past Sonic games and stuff, because people obviously aren't satisfied with this one as they were with like Unleashed, Colors, Generations, etc. So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Hello, everybody.
What's
Hi
up,
there.
guys?
Oh god. Yeah, but hey, thank you, Henke, for letting us join you for this. This is actually going to be a lot of fun. I think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for
No
having
problem.
me, bro.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Alright, let's start with first thing I noticed between like gens and because I haven't really fully played Colors and Unleashed. First thing I noticed in gens was like the physics were so much worse in Forces. Like I wonder how that would happen, because couldn't they just use the same physics from before?
You know,
Hmm.
and that's a good question, and you know, it boggles my mind to wonder the same thing, because when we first heard the game was in development, we heard that they were making a Hedgehog engine 2. Everyone originally thought they were making but what they did make a new engine from the ground up, but we also thought they were fixing the physics a bit to kind of make it better than Generations. But turns out the engine doesn't do anything with the physics in terms of movement. I know the acceleration's a little different in the game, but really the Hedgehog engine 2 is just makes it look more pretty from what
Yeah.
I've heard, which again, it does beg the question, why is the physics worse if that's all the Hedgehog engine did? At least that's
Well,
what Sonic Team says. Why is it worse?
I think it's mostly from this, like, from a development standpoint. Like you per game, on a per game basis, you're gonna have, you know, different physics, you know, on a per game basis. Again, it's not excusable why they had that, you know, these different physics, but still I don't think like we can just say they can copy and paste. I don't think it's as simple as that. But again, there's no excuse as to why they were worse than Generations. Like Generations, all you had to do was polish that up a bit, and like you got like a completely like perfect boost game, basically from a physics standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think. Oh, you go first.
You can go ahead.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So,
no, go ahead, actually.
okay. No, sorry. Yeah, I think from what I've heard, isn't the Hedgehog engine? Isn't it a lighting engine by any chance? Isn't it just for lighting and stuff, or was it for physics? 'Cause I thought Havoc or whatever that was called. I thought that was for the physics.
That's
yeah,
what I
I think
thought,
that's
too.
for the physics. Yeah.
Oh, really? I actually
With
did
the
not know that.
exception of like Colors, I think Colors uses physics, which was weird because it was.
Oh yeah, it does. That's right.
Huh, I actually did not know that. I actually thought everything was on the Hedgehog engine.
No, because they use Havoc. They used it for Unleashed, I believe. They used it for Generations. I believe that was the engine, and the Hedgehog engine I think was just for lighting and aesthetics and stuff. I think that's what I don't know. I may be wrong, but
okay,
that's
so
what I
here's
always
the
thought.
Hedgehog
If
engine
that's
2
the-
was mainly made for
Apparently,
graphical
Havoc is
purposes.
used for collision detection and animation for the most part, according to
Oh,
Sonic fandom.
okay.
So,
Wow.
I really don't know where the physics engine is like lying in the game. Like, what are they using for it?
I think
Right.
honestly, the new like team and stuff, they just aren't the same people from Generations, and they rebuilt it without looking at what they did before.
That's also another problem with Sonic games. The teams are always very, very inconsistent on who's working on the game. You may
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
Azuka at the top, but everyone else below is going to be different from the previous games. This is what-
Exactly, they don't build off of what they had good.
Like a lot of the people from what I know, from what I've seen in Forces, if they pull outside of the new people, which there were, from what it seems like from the credits, because I had to do a video on this a while ago, and from what I've seen in the credits, outside of the new people, which there's a lot of the people were from games like Black Knight, you know, people who worked on Secret Rings, people who didn't work on the top-notch games like Unleashed or Gens, and you had even people from Lost World, like the level designer from Lost World was the head level designer for this game.
I believe there's
and-
only 3 of them. All right.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
think
main.
so.
Wow.
I think in the level design is why it got so much worse. I think it was not only that there was 3 people, but like 3 people didn't do that bad of a job. It's just not we need more than 3 people for a professional game, if we can even call Sonic Forces that at this point.
Well, I think Forces had to have been a smaller budget game than the rest of them, because for them to sell that game at $40 and produce physical carts, that had to be a way smaller production game than previous entries into the series. Because if you're selling the game at $40 and are making, you know, financial gains off of that, they could have easily sold the copies of the game probably at like $20. You know what I mean? I don't feel like this game was as grand of a scale for development, hence why they cut corners probably on the development team. Wow,
yeah, and that's another thing. I remember when real quick, when Nakamura, he tweeted, I think it was maybe 2-3 months before the game came out. I do remember he tweeted saying, he said, we want to make sure we give all of Sonic's villains enough screen time. That was the first thing he said. The second thing he said was, first lie. The second lie was, wow, what else did he say? Give me a minute.
New experience is something.
Brand new experience.
No, that was Izuka that said that. No, but
it was a brand new experience.
Yeah, it was a brand new experience.
Right.
Oh, man.
Not a very good brand new experience.
You know, and it's kind of funny when we say that, but, you know, after playing Forces, all I feel like, you know, this game really is the definition of a hollow Sonic game. There is nothing under, like, there's no substance in this game whatsoever.
Yeah.
It is very, very hollow.
It's painfully average.
Sonic games
Exactly.
Exactly. It could have been so great. There was so much potential for this if they just freaking did it right.
Oh,
Honestly.
I had a So the other night I had there was another discussion I was a part of. We were talking about, you know, what if fans could rewrite the story, and we were just, you know, we were sitting there, we were tossing ideas in. What do you think? What do we think would work best? And we came down to something, and I said, why doesn't Sega hire more fans to do? Because I know they hired fans to do Mania and stuff like that, and they were given pretty strict rules because Sega's not going to let a bunch of new people just do whatever they want, right? So there's got to be some ground rules. So so what we were talking about was how can we make this story better? And there was I think someone said, how about make each of these characters all the villains? How about we make all the villains real? They're not illusions. And I said to myself, okay, yeah, perfect. That's much better, because the way they handled that was terrible. You know, Shadow only has, or the fake Shadow, I believe, the only real fight we really get is a Shadow just kicks him and that's it, right? And with Chaos, he just gets booped once in the head by Classic Sonic and then he's gone. And I'm like, really? That's the best you could do. No, we said, no, we should make all the villains real. Number one, and number two, Shadow. Now Shadow was an interesting conversation we had. We said, okay, well, what if we made Shadow like this? Like, what if Eggman says, hey, maybe we should get Shadow to work for us again? And Infinite's like, okay, how can we manipulate him? And maybe he goes up to Shadow and he's like, hey, I've kidnapped your friends Rouge and Omega, and if you don't work for me, they're gonna die, or something like that. And then that will force Shadow to work for them. And he's like, and you can't say anything, because if you blow your cover, then they're also gonna die. Just something like that. Because I would explain, in the trailer, that little CG trailer they did, where it was like, Shadow, Chaos, they were all standing there, and Sonic was looking. Yeah, because that would explain why Shadow has this look. Because when I saw him, I was like, okay, I think they did something to him. Like before we knew they were just illusions. I actually thought, whoa, did something happen to Shadow? Because I was thinking, did they manipulate him?
They did. They did. No. They did manipulate him, and they did use him. They used him for ad purposes only.
Yeah,
they manipulated him.
That's
that
true.
was the manipulation right there. Nothing more than that.
Sonic
I feel
Forces
like, honestly,
was
as the
false
trailers,
advertisement.
As I saw the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like they had manipulated Shadow, and it was like Rouge's job to like turn it back, and she would do more than like sit in her freaking office and like tell Shadow where to go.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. She was just talking to Shadow, and then Shadow's like,
she stood on the battlefield. That's it. She
Yeah.
didn't even get like an action shot or anything.
Right,
Not that I
true.
remember.
And then I like how Omega just has this little ex machina where Infinite looks like he's about to win, and Omega just like shoots him once, and then that's kind of his scene. If you know what I mean? Like when he comes back. I was like, oh
He
my
got his
God.
paycheck. He got his paycheck.
Yeah, right. He got his
Forces
paycheck.
just had so much false advertising. They promised so much and didn't give us what we wanted.
Oh,
Honestly.
I now remember what Naka said. He said that we are not cutting corners. I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that correctly.
I remember
When there
that
was an
too.
interview, he did say
Jesus.
that. He was like, we want to make sure we're not
What?
cutting corners. We want to give people the definitive Sonic experience. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of promise there. But remember, actions speak louder than words, man.
Yeah, we're not cutting corners. We're just cutting the game.
Speaking of,
Exactly.
Different.
definitive
We're releasing the
Sonic
second half in
experience. Oh, shoot.
Nah,
One thing
what
I
up?
want to talk about is the plot itself.
Right.
And how it like seemed like it was such a great premise and they didn't execute it well. The one thing especially that pissed me off was like the whole like the Phantom Ruby suddenly summoned literally the sun. Like where did
that made
come
no sense.
I was so
Oh,
confused
yeah.
about
I
that
was
my first
lost.
playthrough.
I
I was
I was definitely lost.
I feel like Forces had, I feel like there was just no budget given to either Sonic Team wasn't given a budget from Sega because, as we know, like I think Sega took big financial losses last year. Don't quote me on that.
They claim
what-
that they made financial gain.
They made financial gain off of Forces. I'm just talking about in general as a company.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what. Yeah, didn't Aaron Weber say that? He replied to someone and he was like, yeah, he replied to someone and he said, oh yeah, so like don't believe everything you hear because Forces was a financial success. I just remember seeing Aaron tweet that and I said, well,
like
where are the
Forces-
numbers? Because
Well, they actually did give us numbers in terms of how much Forces sold. Like the Switch version sold the most. It sold like over 500,000 units, which
Pretty
isn't
good.
bad. Across the board, it sold about a million or so units. But the issue is like people always align this thing with Sega's just Sonic, and Sega has a lot of other franchises that they don't treat well. And while they are treating some better than others, they're beating some to death. Sonic, they're beating some to death. And I feel like there's just this level of trickle down. You have no money going to their star franchise, the franchise that is their mascot. Then from there on, you have them having to cut corners, and then they're claiming these big claims. I don't trust anything Nakamura that comes out of Nakamura's mouth. Anything he's involved with just basically winds
Didn't
up
he
being.
say he just wanted to make a game where you go fast?
Yeah, exactly.
that too. He also
Yeah,
said that too.
after seeing that interview, like I never in my life did I want to jump through the screen so hard and yell, "No!" Like that is not.
Like
Stop
people
it,
want
bad.
to
Like okay, because when like it, I made this point in my recent Sonic Team video. It's like that. Like, are you that dense where you don't know what people want? Like, it's not about just going fast. It was never about just going fast.
Well,
Pressing the boost button. Simplicity.
There is this thing I gotta rebuttal you with. The last Sonic Team game that was panned was literally most of the complaints were from the fact that people felt like it wasn't fast. That was the general complaint overall.
He took that in the wrong way.
There's a middle ground. There's a middle ground.
No. I'm saying,
I get that.
You gotta give some leeway there. But my issue is like, again, this is Nakamura. I don't trust this man. Everything he touches, like where he's like a producer on it, it just kind of just dies. Like at best, I think we've gotten good stories from there, and then with Forces, I don't know how he slipped up with that. I don't know how.
Oh my god!
Like I'm sitting here like, well, we gotta. I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like they're Sonic's in this ambiguous state where we can't everything is criticized and nothing is criticized. So we have literally Sonic Lost World being panned not because it's not because of inherent level design, etc. people hate it because it has a run button and you don't go as fast as Generations.
I
That
hate it
was
because
the
of level
true
design.
complaint of that
That's
game.
actually true.
In my opinion, is actually
And
the
yeah, it
worst
wasn't
Sonic game
fast.
ever created.
In my opinion,
Which game?
I hate Lost World only because of the
Yeah,
level
I didn't.
design.
I didn't like Lost World because I felt like it was too. I'm pretty sure you've heard this. It's too Mario, and the reason why I say that is because Mario had a run button. Number one, the level design was obviously Mario because they got the gravity physics and everything. It just reminded me too much of Galaxy, and I felt like there was this mix. I felt like there had to have been some people from Nintendo working on this because it just felt like I was playing Galaxy, but not as good. It literally just felt like that.
Nintendo
You know what,
was
for
going
me-
on it would have been something decent though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like Lost World. I'll admit, like for me, if I had to give Lost World a grade, it would be like a C minus. If
I
for
can-
me,
I can agree with
usually, I don't hate the game. It felt like it at least tried something different. It didn't hit the mark. At least it tried something different, even though it was really just Mario Galaxy.
I feel like it was
But, I mean-
one of those games that just kind of tried to please everybody. Because
Yeah.
one thing I realized going into that game and after completing it like 2 or 3 times, like the outside of the run button, Sonic has the spin dash. It's infinite and it makes you go fast. That was probably to please the fans of the boost style gameplay. The 2D portions of the game was probably to please the classic fans, because that's one thing I've really realized with Sega lately, and I think there's a recent that's come out with like Izuka saying the reason the classic Sonic was involved in Forces wasn't inherently to pander. It was literally to try to bring like classic fans to
to modern.
to play the modern games, because while we do have to recognize there is a split in the fan base. Like there are massive splits, and now there's this adventure split that somehow magically I didn't know there was a
Oh my god, yeah. Wait, guys, real quick. Have you seen this dude? He appears something. I think his name is Dark Sonic something.
No. We don't talk about him. We don't talk about him.
Whoa,
Okay, hold on. I saw him on a Some Call Me Johnny review. It was Sonic Colors. I looked at the comment section. This dude was going off. He's
Wait, whoa. What was his name again?
Dark Sonic. I think there's a 7.
He had a picture of the main character from Xenogears.
Just go to Some Call Me Johnny.
Oh hell no! I know who you're talking about. Oh hell no!
I have no idea what is going on right now, but
Okay. So there's this guy. There's this adventure guy, and I've seen him everywhere. He hates the classic games and the modern games. Any fan that likes those games, he will go off on. I've seen him.
He's a notorious commenter.
what game did he play? Shuffle? Like what fantasy? Where does he lie?
I don't know. Okay, dude, just do this for me whenever you can. Just go to Some Call Me Johnny's channel and find his colors review. Look at the top comment. I promise you, he's right there.
He's banned from my channel. I don't.
Oh my god.
He's not in my comments.
No. I think the last any controversial video I made, it was like about the Izuka blaming, et cetera, and like that man was just really angry. He replied to almost every person's comment, trying to eat them. I mean,
Is it Dark Sonic 180? By the way,
first time. Yes, Dark Sonic 180 has the dude
Oh my
from
God.
Xenogears.
180, there you go.
picture. I actually that was the first time I think I got triggered by the Sonic fan base to the extent where I felt like I just had to stop doing Sonic. Like I stopped Sonic for a solid month. I was just like, this is disgusting. Why do we have people like
Yeah,
this?
I was actually really afraid. Okay, I was actually really afraid to reply to him because I saw him. I think on I forget what other review I was looking at, but I saw him there, and there was this dude who was like, "Yeah, I really like Generations. It was a fun anniversary game." And then at the very bottom, he's just like, he's like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? You're freaking stupid. The Adventure era was the only good era of Sonic, or he said something like that. He was like, he's like, Sega ruined Sonic after 2003, guys. I swear, like there is nothing good about Sonic anymore. Like even the classic stuff is
this
terrible.
is happening.
I just found out this dude has his own Wikipedia page. What?
Oh my
What?
god.
I've never heard of this guy before.
I gotta
What
see
the
that.
hell?
Hold on, I gotta see that. Hold on a second.
Or something
Dark
like that.
Sonic.
Encyclopedia page.
Oh, he has an Encyclopedia Dramatica. Oh man, he's
Oh my
actual
God.
cringe now.
Oh my god.
He is dialogue cringe.
What?
Holy crap.
But anyways, I think we're starting to stray a bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to Sonic Forces.
Yeah, alright. Yeah. Okay, we're getting off
Yeah,
topic.
no.
We're getting off topic. Alright, so
So,
I feel like graphics were also a little bit of a downgrade.
Yes.
oh yeah, definitely. because
I cannot say that.
Unleashed. Let me just say, like, what I think Sega should have done was, and if I could like give any suggestion during that development cycle, I would have just been like, just look at Unleashed and do that, but better. That is all I have to tell you right
The
now.
thing
Don't
with,
do anything
It
else.
takes more than like 1.5 graphical designers, though. Is the problem.
I guess,
yeah.
but the thing with Unleashed is the poly count in this game is extremely high, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
that
Sonic's
takes a
greatest
lot.
model.
Takes a lot to put in for that, and that
Yeah.
game took a lot more money.
Yeah,
I don't think Forces looks bad at all. I think the
Like,
lighting
It's
is the
not
only
bad,
issue.
Actually, I think
well,
that was
I
a track
personally
back
like
a
it.
little
Like,
bit, so
I
the
thought
graphics
for-
were okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
Go
I
ahead,
think
my
I'm
bad.
gonna retract that a little bit and say the graphics were decent. Actually, they weren't just on the level of Unleashed and maybe Colors.
You know what it
I
is?
think Colors was pretty good.
You know what it is? I think it's hard for us to even judge the graphics for Forces because so much of the aesthetics is borrowed. So
Yeah.
much of the levels are borrowed. I mean,
Sure.
when it comes to like new levels, when it comes to like God, I'm drawing a blank on the city level.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, well, it's like that's
Sunset Heights.
pretty much like Sunset Heights. It's like that's like City Escape but with a sunset. Though it looks beautiful, I won't disagree with that. It looks great, but it's like a lot of the aesthetic seems very borrowed. I think that's why it's hard to judge this game's looks
Very
based
true.
off anything. I mean, it's just Green Hill with sand. It's literally Chemical Plant again. It's it's all these. And can we talk about that real quick?
Mhm.
How much of the identity of this game is borrowed? It's like
Yeah, they
it's
have.
like Sega is so scared to get out of a shell. It's like touching a hot stove. It's like, okay, Sonic 06 was the first time they touched a hot stove. They backed off, and then okay, Sonic Unleashed happened, but ignore that happened. And then they do Sonic Generations. That's good. Sonic Colors, good. Then Sonic Boom happened. Touched the hot stove again. They backed off, and now they're so scared to do anything unique because of that.
Well, it's because like there's this set standard people have for Sonic that's unachievable. Because
Yeah.
I think the first thing we got to lay out on the table is there's no other game that's really at any other platform that is as fast as Sonic and has achieved that successfully to be as fast. The closest game we got to that is Freedom Planet, and the
I was
only
gonna
time
say
Freedom
that.
Planet gets that fast is if it's a straight line.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that. I was gonna be like, yeah, Freedom Planet is the only, and even that was a type for a Sonic fan game, at least if I remember correctly, and then it became its own thing.
Yeah, and then even then, it was nowhere near. I can't say it was as fast as the Sonic game at the level of being consistently fast. Like if you went down a loop or something like that and you came back up, unless
Oh,
it was
man.
a straight path, you were getting slowed down. It felt more like any other platformer than being necessarily a Sonic game. While it did have that feel in terms of speed, it just never felt like it got as fast. So we gotta lay that on the table.
That kind
So-
of has to do with in Sonic Forces. The one thing that pissed me off most about the physics is like every time you would jump or something like that, you would always slow down a little when you landed.
Yeah.
Broken
Like,
acceleration,
the
bro.
homing
Yep.
impact, like
And-
everything just stops you in your tracks. And
There is no real momentum in that game, honestly.
No,
Which
there
game?
isn't, especially
Forces.
for classic.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for classic.
Oh
Classic
my
is
God.
so broken.
While we're on this
Classic.
subject,
What are you talking about?
Hold on a
Classic
second.
Sonic?
Hold on a second. While we're on that, while we're
Oh
on this
my
subject,
God.
can I just talk about the chemical plant level? Right? You remember
Ugh.
that one slope? That one slope.
Yeah.
I swear,
I
I was
know
going
what you're
at
talking
top
about.
speed, and he just
Couldn't get up to.
stops. Yeah,
No.
he rolls back down. I
You're
Oh,
running
no.
downhill for like 10 minutes
No,
and you
no,
couldn't
no.
go up a step of
Oh
stairs.
my god! I
No,
can't.
the worst example of that is the last classic Sonic stage.
Let's not talk about that. That's a migraine.
Oh my god.
Not get to the end of the stage unless you drop dash at full speed and hit the booster and hope you do not fall. You have to
Honestly,
hope you do not fall.
The physics are almost Sonic 4 level. I was on Casino 4, and I was doing the little loop thing near the little casino thing, and I got stuck on the loop. I couldn't get off.
Oh my god.
I went through to see how many stages I could beat without jumping, and it added up to like 6 or 7.
That's crazy.
Dude, like classic Sonic. Okay, and the Green Hill level, I swear, whenever you jump on those platforms, it's so sluggish. He's so heavy. He's like,
He's not
it's
fast
unnatural
at all.
He's so heavy.
Most is the physics, classic Sonic physics from Generations were perfect.
How did they get worse in terms of that? I don't understand.
Exactly. That's why I was like,
They must have been like rebuilding it or something. There's no way they took Generations and changed it to what it is now.
yeah.
Like I said,
It must
I
have
think
been like a new.
because it's these poop people design it.
These
When I say
poop
poop people, I say Shun Nakamura.
Yeah.
I'm really just saying Shun Nakamura.
Yeah, this game took 4 years to develop, and you're
No,
telling
no,
me
no.
you're
Let-
telling me that was for the engine, like and you're telling in that engine, which we were talking about earlier. And this is what I wanted to bring up earlier. We talked about how the engine was mainly just for graphics, but yet I'm pretty sure a statement from Sonic Team themselves said the reason why the game took so long to develop was for that engine. So you're telling me more than half of the development time was for graphical design. And
I think they
if
fell
that's the
asleep.
case, that actually makes sense because of how bad the physics are in the game and how bad the level design is in the game.
And the
Yeah, I
graphics
think they
are
fell asleep.
Decent, but they're not
Honestly.
worth that much time.
Well, no, I can't say that. I gotta say that Sonic Forces is one of the prettiest games to come out this generation. I'm not gonna sit here
It's
and lie and
it
and-
looks
It's
great.
good.
You
It's
got
good
you got
looking.
looks great.
You got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
looks
I
great.
agree with that. Sonic
It's just-
Forces does
it's-
look beautiful.
It's a great looking piece of garbage.
But yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. It falls short where it needs to. It's like when you take poop and you spray it with like
It's like you take poop
Febreze.
and then you spray it with like
With
food
Febreze.
dye and then you put like maybe some frosting and some chocolate sprinkles
You know
or
what
something
it is?
on top of it.
This is the
It's
perfect
getting
example of what
monetized.
Forces is. You know how those popsicles you used to have in the freezer where you bite into them and there's like cream, it's cream filled. With Forces, it's the popsicle, but when you bite into it, the
There's no
inside is
cream.
air.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
it's
there's
hollow.
no cream. Like
It's
that's
hollow.
that like it's hollow exactly. And you know, and I don't want to just keep saying that. I want to like talk about like examples as to why it's hollow. What did the past games have that this one doesn't? And we've mentioned a lot of things thus far. But I guess another example would be the music. The music is all like
Oh,
there's
man.
soundtracks that
I
are
don't
okay.
think it's that good.
There's some that are
I
okay,
actually-
but what happened?
where
I had
I
music
disagree.
where
I
I've-
think the music was actually very amazing.
Dude, to this day, I listen to Infinite's theme on repeat.
yeah.
I
But no.
listen to it on repeat.
so
it is
good.
so
Yeah,
good.
like that's good,
funny,
but
because that's
like
actually one of the ones that I don't listen to.
How is it?
often.
Wait, real quick. Answer me this. How is a song better than the actual villain? Can you explain that to me? How is a song better than the villain?
Honestly.
Because, and while we're on the subject, Infinite was wasted, completely wasted. Because when I
Honestly.
first saw him, I was like, oh my god, there could be so
I was
many
like,
possibilities.
this
He could
guy
be the
has a
custom hero.
backstory.
Like, what if he's the custom
Yeah.
hero's friend? Like, think of it this way. I was like, what if he's the custom hero's friend? And we have to save him because he became corrupted. Oh my god! Like, there were so many things. There were so many things I was thinking about. And
that
then
requires thinking in writing. They don't
exactly,
do
that requires effort.
that. That requires time.
I can't believe
Exactly.
I actually theorized on this game. It's disgusting.
Exactly. I was theorizing like crazy. I was like, Infinite could be
Dude,
like a
imagine
corrupted
how I
buddy.
feel.
You made a whole Tails is Infinite theory. I'm sorry.
I followed it with part 2.
Sega Scourge. Sega Scourge, shout out to that guy.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Scourge is my boy. Scourge
Dude,
was like one of my
Okay,
day one homies,
shout
bro.
out to Sega Scourge because he did a fantastic job on Infinite Theory. But still, I cannot believe that they completely wasted that character. Because I saw him, I was like, oh, he's gonna be so cool. And then And then before you know it, you figure out he's another bad guy of the week.
Not weak.
Oh my god, that was
why can't we have the
I
comic
felt so
book writers?
uncomfortable during that cutscene. I felt so uncomfortable. It's like watching a child having a temper tantrum next to you, and the parent's not doing anything. You're just kind of like, all right, sit down. It's like that's how I felt. It's like that's not badass. It's not cool. It's not a great backstory. It's a toddler having a temper.
Okay, here's me sitting in the boardroom. Here's as simple as it gets. If I do something for Infinite, this is all you had to do. Make him a guy who was probably bullied, neglected, whatever the heck, and let him get consumed by this energy, whatever the heck. Because when I was listening to the song,
I'm gonna make a joke,
thought,
but it's not appropriate.
Oh, no, but no. Okay, so I was thinking about the song, right? You know and I was sitting there like, dude, this character sounds like he's in pain or something's happened to him. He's corrupted. He's filled with anger, and he only wants power and stuff like that. That's what he sounds like. So I don't know. So and I was thinking, well, this could turn out pretty good, right? I actually thought it who knows? It could be really cool. And then it comes out, and then you just see he's just this generic dude who's like, oh, Shadow pissed me off that one time, so like, yeah, I want to kill you, Sonic. I want to kill your friends too.
If I were to get my ass beat, I would take that upon myself. Like I wasn't strong enough, but like this guy is like, I'm going to destroy the entire planet because
I'm gonna kill everybody because I got kicked in the head that.
My biggest issue is like they present it. They like Shadow comes in. It's cool that Shadow comes in and eviscerates this man. And he's just sitting here like, did he call me weak?
I'm not afraid.
Is it bad that I found episode Shadow more enjoyable than the rest of the game?
I can see that.
I actually never even downloaded it.
You're crazy.
Dude, you should try it. It was actually pretty decent. I also like the little in there from Shadow the Hedgehog. There's also, I forget what it was called, the water level. I forget what it was. I don't know.
But enemy territory, I think.
Enemy territory. Yeah, whichever one it was. I like how he, whenever he's in the air, he does this little pose from Adventure 2, and then and in the cutscene, when he attacks Infinite, it's literally that whole scene from the opening of Shadow the Hedgehog where he's beating all those aliens up.
Yeah, that was a cool reference. Like the game has cool fan service, but it's like everything else behind it is meh.
I want to touch on that music thing for a minute. I thought all the music except for Classics music was good.
Exactly. That was classic Sonic. What went wrong, dude?
Classics, like I wouldn't listen to the classics by themselves, but they were decent.
In my opinion,
I don't agree with that. I personally do not agree with that.
In my opinion,
Thomas' Tank Engine music.
Yeah, no, I kind of felt like the classic music kind of sounded like a bootlegged Mega Man soundtrack. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Death Egg and Iron Fortress were not good. The rest were pretty decent.
You know what's sad is I will take the Sonic 4 Episode 2 desert theme where it sounds like a bunch of ducks quacking. I will take that over any of the classic Sonic songs in this game. Honestly, the way I described it in my review was it sounds like a Sega Genesis farting. And what it sounds, it's exactly like, I don't even know if I could give it that. It sounds like a Game Boy Advance, that's like, it just doesn't sound good. And then that's just classic, and I think it's pretty unanimous opinion for that it was just overall weak. But when I was talking about the other levels, Sonic Forces follow for like a dubstep kind of theme, and I don't have a problem with dubstep. I have to be in a certain mood for it, but when I feel like it just doesn't have that same substance or replayability, or like we're able to listen to a song.
I can't.
There is some tracks in this game that are good. There are really a lot of some good tracks, especially the Avatar levels. I like those with the
Oh my god! I love Aqua Road.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it just sounds the samey, so it's hard to feel like each song is unique.
Have you guys listened to Red Gate Bridge? Because it doesn't play in the game for more than 5 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of music.
Oh, wait. Can I just mention something real quick? No Space? From what I heard,
that was the biggest slap to the face.
I heard No Space was actually supposed to be a full level. Like that whole area we were running in before we come back to Metropolis, whatever the name of the level was. Yeah, I heard from somewhere that Null Space was supposed to be a full level because if there's this mod. Yeah, there's this mod you can do where you don't go through where you don't double boost and you're still running. And there's some there was some unused voice clips. Yes, there was some unused dialogue that had Sonic saying something like
Codename Gamma found that.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure,
Yeah, also
when I first saw that in my review, when that first not in my Let's Play, when that first happened, I honestly I paused the game, looked at the screen in disbelief, like, what was the point of that? What just happened? Like, did somebody like I was ready for like something cool to happen. Like I was like, this looks beautiful. Like this looks great. This is a great looking level. I can't wait to see it, and we're out. Okay. All right.
True. Yeah, when I first saw that, I immediately thought, I was like, oh, we're about to like I don't know, maybe fight Infinite in here, or maybe get some more information about what the Phantom Ruby's like, doing to the reality around the Sonic characters. Maybe we'll find some lore or something, but nope, we're just in there for not even 30 seconds, and then we're just back, and then we're back into a level with Fistbump playing on a loop.
On the second thought, I think Null Space is supposed to be literally nothing. That of course they could have executed it better, but
right.
I don't see how it would make sense to make it into a full level.
Well,
I would
like
have like plot development more than it got, but if it's nothing, then how is it gonna be a level?
I mean,
like
the final boss took place in Null
Yeah.
Space. I mean,
That's what I would have did.
That's like no reason to say that it shouldn't have been anything. See,
Yeah.
Sonic Forces, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. With the exception of an entirety of 6 stages in that game, I enjoyed the game, but it falls so short on so many things. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't go back and play it, because I just wouldn't go back and do a full playthrough of it, because there's 6 stages that I'm not touching, and I want the game.
Okay, guys. One word for the next part of this conversation: Tails.
Oh my God! All right,
Tails.
listen.
Let's talk
Sonic,
about Tails for a second.
help me.
Okay.
Help me, Sonic.
Tails.
Yeah. Okay, you go first, Sam, because I want
All right.
to. Just give me a second to think about this. Just you
All
go
right.
first.
Let me get my freaking mind ready for this one. All right. So, you guys remember, and I'm talking to the audience here, remember Tails from Adventure, the one that wanted to become someone independent, didn't have to rely on Sonic? Throw that out the goddamn window, because that character development is not here. I don't know. Okay, Tails in this game, the writers, whoever, I didn't really look at who the writers were in this game. I'm sure you guys probably do know, but Tails is just not Tails. It's almost like some sort of damsel in distress. He apparently lost it, as the character's described, but he's perfectly fine, like fixing Omega in the next cutscene, or trying to at least. And it's just, there's just no words. Like, Tails is not Tails, and it's just a shallow form of some damsel in distress. And
He's a shell of his former self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happened?
Honestly, I don't have any words.
Did they really not?
Like changing colors every time somebody talks. I just realized that.
Oh.
I have
Wait,
one of
what is
those
it?
houses that lights up, and
Wait,
every
what?
time like somebody talks into the Discord chat, it changes color.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
cool.
That's cool.
But anyways,
Nice.
what else was? Did they honest to God? Did no one on that team know about the adventure games? Did they not know of the adventure story? Like, they had to, because they brought Shadow most likely as adventure fan
They
service.
brought Chaos back.
They brought back Chaos back for 5 minutes, but he was there. But it's it just hurts. It hurts to see what's become of his character.
Who wrote the
It's
game?
like wasted potential. Hugely wasted potential.
I
You
forget.
know what makes? Go ahead. My bad.
I was just saying, or asking, who wrote this game? Like the story, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I do know.
Just as forgettable as the writing of himself.
Warren. I think they translated it.
Okay.
The one part of Sonic Team that needs to like go and can't be saved is like the writers. They have to get out. honestly.
Okay, I
Yeah, okay. We need
found
some
the
people
writer.
that actually care about these characters. Okay, we need some people that actually care.
The person who
franchise.
wrote this game,
It doesn't take a rocket scientist.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog
the
game.
person who wrote this game is Makoto Goya, and they have never worked on a Sonic game.
Oh, there you go.
They've worked
That's
on
fantastic.
a rhythm game, and they worked on I Am Setsuna and some other game that I can't pronounce, and that's it.
So
It's a budget game.
They've worked on
4 things.
RPGs. Like they worked on I Am Setsuna, and I'm assuming they would know how to tell a story since they did an RPG. I think
Nope.
the issue here is they don't give you any type of reference. Like you don't go in and see, oh, there's any type of reference. On top of that, I'm mad. Why is Chaos in a game for 5 minutes? They were
Not
building
even.
him up to be not even. Same thing with
He was
Zavic.
the one
Like,
character I was looking forward
And
to. He was the one
Shadow.
villain.
exactly. Like even Shadow, I wouldn't have cared as long as my boy Chaos is back in the spotlight. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
He looks
giving me something
badass.
that I
Hold
want?
on, hold on.
he looks so cool.
Can I say another thing real quick? Okay, do you
Yeah.
know? Okay, if I remember this correctly, you remember the cutscene, right, where Sonic encounters the fake Shadow right before he attacks him.
Yeah.
This is one thing that makes me so mad for some reason.
Sonic.
If you look closely at Sonic right before Shadow's mouth appears in the next frame, what does he do? Tell me right now. What does he do in that?
He's holding his hands up, scared like Tails, like
He
the
holds
characters.
Okay, yeah, that's what made me so angry. He puts his hands in front of his face like, don't hurt. And I said, no. In Sonic Adventure 2, when Sonic and Shadow first encountered each other, did Sonic even hesitate to fight this man? Are you serious? Exactly. So
He didn't even yell, "Hey, that's my line!" from like from
You can remotely
Heroes.
see this coming for is that Sonic and Shadow usually have like a dialogue before they fight each other, like they did in Adventure 2.
Yeah.
The only like saving reason I could see for this to be a thing at all is that Shadow kind of just went up and attacked him, and since it wasn't the real Shadow, Sonic might not have been expecting that.
Oh, yeah, that is one way to look at it. Maybe he didn't expect him to hit him or something right
I
away.
mean,
That
that would
makes sense.
okay. That would be a good explanation if Shadow didn't give like a 3-second like "I'm about to run at you" motion, because he kind of did. He kind of looked at
Yeah.
him, started like, you know what I mean?
He got it a fucking runner's
Yeah.
stance.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
Speaking of the writers and all that, what I wanted to talk about was the how they try to describe the powers of the Phantom Ruby. An example that I want to bring up is the cutscene with the God, this sounds so stupid saying it, but it's in the game. When the sun comes to the earth and is about to crash into everybody. I can't say that with a straight face.
Man.
Now, hold on. When I was first playing the game, and I still don't really know now, I'm like, okay, he wants to crash the sun and kill everybody, or a sun, I don't know if it's the sun, a sun. Wouldn't that kill Eggman too? But then I'm like, wait, is that just a hologram? So does Eggman not see it? Eggman sees that it disappears, so he does see it, but does it just not affect? Like, how does it work? Like, what are these powers?
And like, I
It's
don't
like,
remember
what?
exactly. It was stage 25. He mentioned in dialogue, like, you can stop the sun or something.
Yeah,
the
but, like,
game just
what?
makes no sense.
How does it
it
work?
makes no sense at any level, bro.
Like, how does it work? I want to know.
I
feel
stopped
like-
Oh, man.
trying to make sense
Like,
of Sonic
they mentioned
games.
Prototypes before the battlefield. Everyone was on the battlefield because I don't think they even mentioned it at all.
That was an ugly cutscene.
Oh, yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was
The
weird.
concept art
Because
was
they just copy and pasted the same like generic animation over
Yeah.
every character.
Wait, guys.
It was a
Hold
really bad cutscene. Yeah.
Can I just say that I like the concept art a lot better? You guys have seen the concept art, right? It's like
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
running,
Oh, yeah.
and there's like the fiery background, and like they're all. It looks so much better. And then
That's
right
the
here, they got,
thing.
like a bunch of people running on like on a black platform.
You know,
From,
it's
like, very-
weird that you say that, but almost every single concept art for almost every single modern Sonic game always looks 10 times better than the original game. Like, in the concept art, you always see these open world, like, it's almost like they're drawing how the fan-made games are. Open world, huge areas, beautiful backgrounds, and then when it comes to the original game, it's usually very linear. The background's not nearly as intimidating as the concept art. and it's like a translation error. It's like people playing phone. It's like one person says something, it passes on to 10 people, and it just
one
the end
thing I gotta
product is not the same. But go on.
One thing I gotta say on that though is like Cybrid brought up fan games earlier, and I wanted to touch on it, but like we were talking, I was just invested in what he was saying after that. But
what happened? What I said?
You were talking about why don't they get fans to work on fan games or whatever for the 3D games instead of 2D games.
Just like to write the story or something, or
like story writing,
tech support. Yeah, or
story writing, that makes sense. The issue I think with getting any fans on board for the 3D games is how many actually successful 3D games have we seen from the Sonic fanbase?
I
That
can't.
have actually been good and controlled as well as what they were trying to emulate within the series.
I would
think
say
Sonic Adventure kind of had like, it gave
right
Sonic
idea.
the right amount of it gave Sonic the right amount of momentum. If you go down a hill, you're gonna go down a hill.
Well, are we
Okay.
talking about the are we talking about the
Are we
Sonic
talking about
Adventure
fan
3
games, or
thing?
are we talking about?
I'm talking about Sonic. I'm talking about fan games. I'm talking about
Oh,
fan games.
I would say
fans.
Sonic Utopia. Sonic
I
Utopia.
would.
Sonic Utopia is the only one that did it.
I think
But-
Green Hill Paradise was pretty good.
That is also good if they want to. Okay, here's the thing. Sonic Utopia is a good 3D platformer that has a nice medium. The Green Hill Paradise, that's if they wanted to build on the boost formula and make it, more, I guess you could say, less linear. That's how I take it. If you want to advance the boost formula, go Green Hill Paradise. If you want to go more adventure, but also get a mix of the classic elements, Sonic Utopia.
I've
Well,
never
what I
actually
gotta
tried
say
that.
is like
Okay.
Sonic Utopia doesn't have any really inherent direction. You just kind of reach the end and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
a
a
tech
level
demo.
design. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't
it's a tech
have
demo.
we don't have anything that has like a concrete, like Green Hill Paradise is nice, but like it doesn't really control all that. Well, like a lot of those Sonic GL games or whatever they are, they don't control super well. Like they even by like the standards of what we have with like forces, they don't control all that well compared to those games. They're about as, I think, at the best they get as good as forces, with the exception of Utopia. Utopia is an outlier in this, but like I want to see, like, until we won't get anything like, we got Sonic Mania for a 3D game until we get a game that reaches that level.
Yeah.
And I think Utopia may reach it, but like even then we've only gotten a tech demo that has no inherent direction in its level design. It's just there. It's a playground.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just it is weird, but for Sonic Utopia, like in my opinion, Sonic Utopia is the cleanest control of a 3D Sonic I've ever controlled since the adventure games, and it's boggling my mind. Like whenever going fast in Sonic Utopia actually feels very, very like exhilarating when you go fast, go down a slope. Even though the level design, though it is a tech demo, was maybe a little too open. That the control in that game, I honestly think if there's anybody, if they want to do what they did with Mania and bring in fans, if there's anybody that needs to be first on the list to get into the control area or the physics area, it would have to be the people from Sonic Utopia, in my opinion.
Here's the other side of that, and I definitely agree, but I learned something interesting about the developers behind that game. The Great Lang hates, despises the modern games. He
Really?
hates them. Yeah,
Really?
it's ridiculous. Anyone that even brings mention, he just shuns. It is just ridiculous. And this is not an attack or anything. I'm just saying, like, he just does not like the modern era of Sonic games. And and that could be pretty bad, right? I mean, if they're trying to make a new modern game and they want to bring in these people to help with it, then I don't know if he'd be down, because it's a modern.
Yeah, I understand that, but maybe. But I've never talked to him. I've never even known he was vocal before. But I mean, I guess it sounds pretty like he hates the modern games. But maybe I'm just taking his word for granted because I played his game and I loved the way it controls. I guess it's just someone that is really passionate about how modern Sonic should be, and he just I think it hurts him to see, and I'm talking for him at this point, but I would just assume it, as someone as passionate as him, to go out of his way to make an engine that admittedly is better than the actual company. It just sounds like someone that really is just passionate about the series and just does not like seeing what it's become thus far.
Mhm.
And that is what Sonic Team lacks, is passion. It's caring. It feels very like there's no what do artists say? Like there's no pizzazz
It just feels
anymore, you know what I
artificial.
mean?
Yeah. I think
It just feels artificial
no more
and
magic.
forced, honestly.
I think Sonic Team at this point. What were you saying?
I'm scared that they're going to keep pumping out average games if they're making financial profit.
They need to take time.
Everyone Weber is like,
Yeah.
oh, Sonic Forces did good.
Did it do good?
Yes, it did financially well. That's why I mentioned earlier,
wow,
like
nobody liked it.
yeah, like
So
if
well,
you make
no one liked it.
if you're selling well, at the end of the day, you're a business. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I know Sonic, but they have to see in comparison, even though Mania was a lot lower price game, did Mania do better than Forces? I assume it did.
I think so.
I think it did.
I think it
I
did. Forces sales.
don't know. It probably did.
I think it sold 2 million units. I don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's true, but it sold.
It's a digital
look it up
game,
real
so
quick.
it's kind of hard to track.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Steam it only sold like especially around the time of, like up to like I think December, only really sold like a bit over like 100,000 something units. 'Cause,
Oh yeah, I don't remember exactly how well it sold. All I know is that it was, well, as Sonic says, like the highest acclaimed Sonic game in the last 15 years or something. That's what they said.
it was the best seller on Nintendo Switch for like 2 months on the eShop.
The game is
That's
perfect on the Switch, by the way.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it only ran at like 720p 30.
Nope.
Oh,
No, I think docked. It's is it
1080p.
720?
No,
Oh, it is
docked is 1080p. It's 1080p 60. It's 720 60 on handheld. because
Yep.
Okay.
Switch only
we're talking about Mania, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mania.
Oh yeah, that one was good.
Also, Forces on Switch is absolutely disgusting. I
Oh.
don't. It's not good.
Yeah, I was actually kind of terrified to buy it on any other platform besides PS4 because I was afraid that if I got it, it would like dip hard in frame rate if I tried to play it on the Switch, or I don't know, like if maybe like the Xbox One, maybe the controller messed up. Like that was my main fear. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get it for PS4 because I have no idea if the other versions of the game are any better or anything because I'm not sure. And when I got it, here's the one thing that ticks me off the most about Forces. You know when you run, right? When you
Mhm.
start running and then Sonic locks. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when he runs and then he just locks into the speed. You
Yeah, he
can't
becomes
maneuver
stiff.
him. Yeah, he's all stiff. That I completely hated. And you notice it too, because when he starts, he's just running and then he just like pushes himself forward and he's locked. I did not like that. I was like, you gotta be there's like no way to maneuver this man at all. He's just locked into the speed. And there's nothing I could do because if I'm trying to make a slight turn or something like that, I can't because he's
It's like
stuck
moving a
like that.
tank, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to send you guys something on Discord. I'm gonna put it in Creator Hub. Go ahead and look at that. This video
Oh,
showed.
good.
Yeah, this video showed somebody
yes.
fixing.
I've seen this.
It
Yeah.
fixes that problem you just mentioned. And
Yes.
why? Like, did they purposely design the acceleration to be like that? Did they honestly?
They
Because
somehow.
when it comes
yeah.
to sections, because of the way you describe it, like they start slow, but then also they just jump to full speed.
Yeah.
When it comes to 2D sections with the avatar, there'll be like, if there's like 2 platforms you gotta jump on, you jump on the first one, no problem. The second you land on the second one, he accelerates to full speed and you're gonna fly right off the edge. It happened to me hundreds of times with Forces, and this one mod, this one fan fixed that.
Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. So just kind of adding to that, I was that was just like one of the main problems is that, with Sonic, what I always liked was, picking up that speed and finally going at full speed, not running and then just giving that full speed immediately and not even having the ability to control it. Not really. So, I've seen that. That's freaking awesome that he. Oh, did you see the 360 camera? there's a mod where they give you, you know, the ability to control the camera
Yeah, I've seen that.
completely.
And
Yeah, I
it's
like
sad
that
that
one
we're
too.
saying this, but why is that a mod? Why is there a mod
Exactly.
to control the damn camera in a video game? What, like, what even is that?
Yeah, true. Like, if
Modders
fans have to
fix
mod
because
and
it's
fix your
for
game, you know there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
Henke?
I'm not getting
Yeah,
exact numbers for the sales of Sonic Mania,
Oh.
so
We just know it did the best in the series, so.
Mania did much better. Like there were a lot of big people playing that game.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dashy, I think, and I think Jacksepticeye was playing it, right?
Yeah,
or did he just?
Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps. I mean,
Yeah, Game Grumps.
Game
But-
Grumps for sure. They played Forces too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, they like playing the bad ones. And admittedly,
Yeah,
it is kind of funny seeing them rage on that. But anyway.
Oh yeah, when they played Shadow the
Yeah.
Hedgehog, the first 2 words that came out of their mouth had me busted.
Oh yeah, when you were
As soon as you saw Shadow pull, as
Yeah.
soon as they saw the gun, Daddy's just like,
Oh,
you
God.
know? Yeah, or something like
Oh
that.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's just, but yeah, like again, like going back to Forces though,
Mhm.
it's when it comes to all the mods that came out, the mods aren't even about, like, most of the mods I've seen are not just doing crazy stuff with the game. Most of the mods I've seen come out of the community is fixing the game.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah.
this is a real
Hire
first for me to
those
see that.
fans. Hire those
Well,
fans.
And
Not
it's
all the
just,
modding community.
and it's sad.
Somebody
It
made
is
a
so
You
sad to
Don't
see
Know
that.
mod.
It is
Oh,
sad
yeah.
to see that the modders in the Sonic community is what makes Sonic games better nowadays. It's kind
Yeah.
of sad.
Yeah. I mean, it is still cool though, because I mean, you know, you can play modified versions of the game that should have been
Yeah.
typically, because you know they can make textures better. They can, they can fix the camera. They can give you better control. They can put character skins over it and new animations. Like that's freaking impressive, dude. Like you're able to do all that. Why hasn't Sega hired those people? That's what I
Yeah.
want to know.
Now,
Yeah.
It's here.
now to kind of, well, actually, continue what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
we kind of
yeah.
talked about everything, unless anyone else has stuff to say.
Oh, yeah.
What I wanted to bring up was, what I wanted to bring up was
Okay.
something that we didn't really mention yet. What is your guys' opinions on the avatar? Because that is the main selling point for Forces was customizing your own OC. What did you guys think?
I think
It was a
that's
nice
the best
addition.
part of the game,
I
probably.
agree.
Yeah, same. I agree.
Like it was really like, despite the flaws of the game, with the exception of I think the Green Hill level,
Mm-hmm.
are shown the least in those stages.
Mhm.
If anyone could agree with me, because like
Yeah.
the stage links for most of the stages aren't underwhelming, with the exception of like Aqua Road, and the level design isn't horrendous or anything. There isn't like you they let you do what you want basically with the creative character, and I felt like if that had been the entire game, it would have got higher scores.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like if that was
Yeah.
the entire game, the game would have got like, even though it would have had its issues, it wouldn't have gotten as panned by reviewers, and it would have just been a funner experience overall. Like
Mhm.
I feel
the
like
fact that I can go back and play a stage like
'Cause-
4 or 5 different ways and get to the end in 4 or 5 different ways and feel good about it was something that I really enjoyed about that
Yeah,
portion of the game.
they
I can
really
customize my
put the work in
characters
the
how I
avatar.
want. Like that was where all the work went. Like
Yeah, and all
Plastic
the
Sonic.
clothes and stuff.
I
they
think
did
all of their
different.
budget went to those CG trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
They were
costs more
hyping
than
up
the
the
game.
game. They're like, oh wait, we didn't fix the real game. Ah, whatever, the game's out already.
Yeah. Go ahead, Henke. What were you trying to say?
I forgot, honestly.
You were mentioning something about the clothes, the customization.
Oh yeah, they made a lot of clothes and they looked.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
unique, so
Yeah, and that's
Oh, yeah.
that's a huge positive for the avatar is when, like, that's what I was worried about when the game released. Like, okay, we're getting customizable character. How in depth does this go? Because you gotta get this right if you're gonna do it.
It
And
went pretty good. They even
and-
Yeah, it was pretty good. I can't
yeah, and
lie.
it was good, and I have to give it to Forces. The customizing your own character was like, there's a lot you could customize it in any way you want. You could for most OCs, you can make your own character. Especially, I mean, do the challenge right now. Go to Google, type in your first name, and do the Hedgehog, and see what pops up. you can probably make that character in Forces because of how in depth the customization options are. You get a lot of clothes.
I've made Fang and I made Jet. I was able to do that. I thought that was
cool. And the abilities was also a nice
Yeah.
touch, I believe, too.
Yeah, dude. Like especially like, dude, I was set after I found that I could wear soap shoes. I was like, oh frick yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. It's like I said, the fan service in the game is really cool.
Yeah, there's even the boom shoes, Sonic Boom. You know, is
yeah,
you know, with all
the scarf too.
Sports tape. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
But
anything else?
Yeah.
We got on our minds.
Oh, wow, I had something.
Boss fights. What'd you guys think about those?
Boss fights.
Yeah, the boss fights were very copy and paste.
I like the Zavik
the
one.
modern Sonic.
The Zavik one's fun. That
That
was
one was fun.
No, that's what got me hyped for the game at first when I and during my playthrough when I'm like, oh my god, like this game, it's starting strong. I'm liking it because the first couple levels were decently fun, and then we got the Zavik boss fight, and it was a fully 3D boss fight, kind of like the adventure games. I'm like, I haven't seen a boss fight like this, like since Colors, like I think, right? Like I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Like
were
an actual fully 3D boss that set like an adventure game, like that is that's cool. I'm like, wow, they're really innovating with the boost formula. They're actually good, but like no, immediately after that, the infinite boss fight with Modern Sonic was the same. Like it's used again for Metal Sonic, and then the final boss fight is, though better out of all three, it really is just the Sonic Colors final boss fight, which was also
Metal Sonic.
I did enjoy Metal Sonic though. I thought that was fun.
And the Sonic Colors and the final Sonic Colors boss fight was in it again at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
And there's no explanation for that either.
Yeah, and you remember you remember both the Metal Sonic and I think the third fight with Infinite are the same boss. I swear to God. Like they never explained why Infinite is so huge. Nor Metal Sonic. Why are they so big?
Actually, it's because he's an illusion.
Yeah, that's an illusion one. That's just kind of like given.
Also, maybe just so like you can see them, kind of.
Yeah, that just kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, why is he big? What the heck?
That's what I said during my playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I actually thought it was like a mistake they made where they forgot to make the character smaller because they were working on textures or something, and they just forgot to make. I was confused. I was like, why is he so big? I just thought like, did developers just have like eyesight problems or something? Did they think he was closer, or did they or something? I don't know. That just kind of creeped me out. But
yeah. You know what we should bring up real quick is the sandwich making portion. Oh, sorry, I mean the double boost portions of the game. Now, like that's why I made that joke right there. These sections are as like you know how in Lost World they simplified the homing attack where like one press of the button will attack like 4 or 5 enemies. Now they made a new section where you literally could put down a controller, make yourself a sandwich, watch the game play for you while listening to nice music. It's like, why? What were they trying to go for here? Like, it looks cool. I will give it that. The double boost sections look cool, but what's the point?
I think that's literally all it was. It looks cool. They're
like,
cool.
And even if you fail it, the only difference is it doesn't play the full version of Fistball.
And they just stumble.
Yeah.
They just stumble. They're just like.
If you guys mess up the double boost section for the final boss, if you guys haven't tried it, try it. The final boss doesn't. It's so awkward. The final boss doesn't do anything. He sits there waiting for you to walk up to him and hit him again. Like it is.
God. Oh, like, can I touch on that a little bit? Hold on a second.
Yeah, go on.
You know the first mission, right, or the first level in Forces, right? Lost Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. Do you remember when enemy AI was actually good?
Oh yeah, those were
right.
Oh yes.
Try. Okay, what I want you to do is, you have the chance, go to Lost Valley and walk up to some of the first enemies you encounter. They do.
You will have a staring contest.
They will miss all their shots too if it's an Aquan.
They're just there.
Also recording, right? Because my concern is I'm recording the screen, so it might not be picking up my voice.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, I got you. I've been recording this whole time as well.
Awesome.
But
on your
okay,
good. Is it getting your voice?
Yeah, no, I got your voice. Don't worry, and I got you my voice. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Because
but,
I can still have my audio as long as I line it up with our dialogue and stuff.
No, you're good. I got you.
File, then we're good. Right.
Yeah, but I made a video but during my Forces LP where I was Shadow. The video is called Sonic Forces is a Walk in the Park. Literally in that video, I am Shadow walking at walking pace right by enemies shooting at me, and I can outrun every projectile because the enemies in this game literally are nothing but boost fodder. They are there simply for you to boost through them and to get your boost gauge up more. That's all they are in this game.
Called Sonic Forces Attention to Detail.
Yes, I did.
I'm not.
And my God, it is art.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, what was your guys' opinion? And I know we keep jumping all over the place because I think we're starting to get toward the end of this. But, so what was your guys' opinion on the whole Supersonic being paid fiasco for a bit there?
That made me
I was
so mad.
angry.
I was really mad because hold on a second.
Right.
Just hold on a second. Can I just say I was really, really ticked off about that? Not only because you guys probably have the same thought as me. I was like, okay, you're making us pay for something that's been free since 1992. Why are you suddenly? Are you guys? Did Forces? This is what I said to myself. I was like, wait, was Forces such a bomb that now you're making us pay for Supersonic? What the heck? Because I didn't understand that. I was like, is it like a financial thing, or are they just trying to do it as a joke? I have no idea. And then when I saw that, and did you guys notice that they used the fan logo instead of their
they used a fan logo for it.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. Like,
yeah, and you know what's funny about the Sonic the Supersonic thing is if Sonic Forces was genuinely a good like a really good game, like if I genuinely loved the game, I honest to God probably wouldn't have minded them paying $2 for Supersonic. I'd be like, okay, it wasn't meant to be in the game in the first place. They want to add it in. I don't mind giving them a couple bucks for it. But because Sonic Forces was such a slap in the face to most of the fans, and that's just my opinion, but it was just such a downgrade. You're really gonna make me get more money out of my pocket, even if it was a dime. You're really gonna want me. You already didn't give me the full experience, and you want me to pay for something that is not going to make the game any better. Because in the end, this Supersonic was the worst Supersonic, I believe, too.
Same speed, too.
Same speed, same jump height.
It's probably
you're
one
invincible.
of those
You're
next to
invincible.
Lost
That's
Worlds, because Lost Worlds Supersonic was kind of mad too.
Even
It was
if
just
it
kinda like,
was a good game, I still wouldn't pay for that. I'd still be upset.
That was a symbol of the direction of the gaming industry. It's ridiculous. I don't want to go on this spiel here, but we have games where you're paying $10 for a doggone save slot now. It was ridiculous that you had something that had been a staple in so many of these games, Supersonic. That's been a staple, instrumental to people's enjoyment in some cases, and they stripped it away and made you pay $2 for it because they felt like they could get a quick buck out of the fans paying for it.
Yeah, and I can't believe there were people defending it.
Yeah,
right?
and I got a lot of flack for my video too.
Same.
Yeah,
I had people getting on me. It's just $2.
It's $2. It's not. I'm like,
no.
Making us pay for something that was free.
No. Would you rather go to Burger King and pay $2 for a cheeseburger and eat that cheeseburger?
Yes, I would actually.
No. This is real. Someone made this argument. This is on Twitter.
What the hell?
Would you rather pay $2 for the cheeseburger, or would you rather pay $2 for a fun character in a video game that will last forever? The cheeseburger doesn't last forever.
Oh my god!
I was just like,
oh my
this
god!
is the dumbest tweet I've ever.
I got a lot of flack on my video.
I got another good tweet. I think it was when I said something about it too, because I think I was maybe one of the first people to reply to that tweet. I was like, I tried to I acted like I was trying to add extra to what Sonic Massacre said in that tweet, and I said, he was like, yay, Supersonic's free for a time, and you have to pay like yeah, I said, yeah, it was like Supersonic is free for limited time. And then I added to their caption at the bottom. I'm like, and we're making you pay $2 for this. We're making you pay $2 extra after the 2 months it's free or whatever, even though this has been free since 1992. And then I got, maybe 30 comments or something after that. I believe I think half of them were agreeing with me. And the other half was saying, it's just $2, man.
Yeah,
it's not a lot of money. And that's the first one. And then the second one was, this was so stupid. So it was very similar to the burger thing, I think. Someone was like, okay, just picture it this way. You have, so imagine you're going to Toys R Us or something, right? And then you're about to buy an action figure. And then, that action figure, he's like, that action figure was like $15 or something like that, and then it was on sale the other day for like $20, and now it's $15. Would you buy the toy? And I said, what does that have to do with anything? And then he was like, well, the toy's on sale, like, would you buy it? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, well, it's kind of the same thing with this, it's only $2, so buy it. I was like, dude, this is not a sale.
Yeah,
they're charging money for something that's been free. And then I replied to him and I said, okay, how would you feel if God said, I'm charging you $2 to breathe now? Okay, just picture it that way. What if God said, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $2 to breathe, or $2 to blink, something like that. Like it just, and you know, people thought I was being a little over the top with that, but it's still the same principle. You know, why would you pay for something that's free?
And people,
I don't even fuck with the people that like tweet dumb shit at me, and like I somehow, there's a part of me that enjoys getting hateful comments and stuff.
I kind of do too. It's funny.
No, it is funny.
Like,
I don't like reading paragraphs.
Yeah, I hate getting paragraphs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll leave the front door unlocked. Come in and fight me.
I have a comment.
I
have a comment.
Bullet waiting for you. Yeah. Okay.
I have a comment on my Supersonic video. I have it right in front of my face right now. I will read it to you. This comment made me really question the IQ of this fan base. This person, who will go unnamed, says, seriously, calm the F down. Sega kind of needs money too. Just because of this, I'm gonna buy Supersonic 2 to support Sega. People are just crybabies. This is what this guy said to me. He thinks $199 would have made a difference for a multi-million-dollar company. This was the defense for them charging for Supersonic.
Oh my god.
What?
This is one of the comments I got. They probably want to see how many downloads it would get to see if Forces is good enough to continue with. We also Sonic Adventure 2 on Xbox, so maybe they want to see what people will download.
Oh my god. What?
I don't know.
They have 2 brain cells.
I have a whole video
oh
of
my
dumb
god,
comments I
dude.
received on a single video. My Infinite Tales theory, people are still leaving angry comments in like March.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the thumbnail and title of that video, I facepalmed. I was like, why?
Did you ever watch?
I did, and I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
But, you know, in the end of the day, to sum up the whole Supersonic thing.
Oh, here's another. Wait. Can I just bring up a comment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so there was this guy right here. I just found it. All right, so he's like, "Oh golly, $2 whole. Whatever shall we do? Given most AAA titles charge $10+ and Sega is being nice enough to give it away for free at least for a couple months. I mean, seems arbitrary to complain about. Plus, episode Shadow was free, but let us focus on this $2 microtransaction."
I would, if they charged for Shadow, it would have made more sense. If they charged for the Shadow story, it would have made more sense, honestly.
Are we really complaining about Supersonic DLC being $199? Hell, he isn't even $199 right now. It starts in a month, so you can get him now with no money down. If it was like $9.99 or something, I'd agree, but really, it's not a big deal. This needs to be said. Don't get angry about something as trivial as this. Be happy you have Supersonic.
Yeah, somebody said that to me. Somebody said, be glad you have Supersonic at all. I was like, what?
Yeah, we could read these comments all day because I'm sure we have like a truckload. But in the end of the day, I think to sum it up, Supersonic in the past games were an achievement for your hard work. You had to grind the games, you had to go through the most bullshit of special stages to get those Chaos Emeralds and to earn Supersonic. What you had to do with Forces was pull out your credit card. That's the slap in the face, and that pretty much sums it up right there. I think that pretty much ends our discussion about the Supersonic thing. That's it. It was not hard work. It didn't feel accomplishing, and that's it.
Also, on top of that,
blow that Sonic Forces just left on us.
yeah. And I was gonna say, on top of that, Supersonic was a Mania, which is a $20 game. So
oh my gosh.
Oh, and it was free in that game. Supersonic was free in that game, so they charge you $2 to play the modern.
Dash to like shake the screen and stuff.
Yeah, for the modern and the classic.
How come Fortnite is out and it's free, but you know Supersonic wasn't out and free in Forces?
Yikes.
I'd rather play like a Stormy Ascent in Crash Bandicoot, because at least that's a pretty BS level, but at least it was like, at least there's a reason for it to be free, because and it's more worth it too, because I don't want to pay $2 for something when I can just, but as you said, you have Mania.
Sonic Forces should have been free in the first place.
Yeah.
This is about every game that's bad.
But anyways, so we're starting to run out a little over an hour now. Do you guys want to start doing your final thoughts?
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like
go ahead, Sai. You can go.
Henke. Anyone else going?
Henke, go ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like there was just a lot of Sonic Forces that was amazing ideas and just weren't executed.
Right.
And that was everything. And then after that, the game wasn't that great, but Supersonic just was the final nail in the coffin for anything positive being said about this game.
Oh, I think I know one more thing we could talk about real quick. The Sonic Forces Defense Squad.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, don't do that.
I don't want to see TWIP in my comments.
No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But sorry, continue. I didn't mean to. I was just trying to throw a joke in there.
I think that was I kind of said what I needed to say.
Okay.
Go ahead, guys. I'll go later.
Okay. Yeah, who wants to go?
I'll go.
All right.
Sonic Forces, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a bad game. I'm not gonna say it's a good game. It's one of those games that is average. I'm gonna say this: it's an enjoyable game, but that game falls so short of what it could be, and it utilizes almost all of what it tries to bring to the play as something it has, and it does it wrong, and it does it poorly. And
I agree.
I feel like that's the biggest downfall of that game. It's not that all of the stages are short. It's not that we have these broken physics. It's the fact that we were presented a promise and it wasn't upheld.
Yeah.
If I wasn't told
broken promises.
Yeah. It's just really broken promises. I don't want to be told that corners aren't being cut. I don't want to be told that this game is going to be amazing, and then you give me this half-baked Sonic game. Like, come on, bro. That's what Forces is to me. Like, I found a lot of enjoyment. I'm not gonna lie, but it's disappointing on so many levels.
Yeah, I think the. Oh, you gonna go, Jay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go real quick. I'll say for me, I think it was an enjoyable game to an extent. It's like Shadix said, there was a lot of cut corners and promises made that weren't fulfilled, and I think that was the biggest issue with the game. And there was so much wasted potential, and I don't think I can be hype for another Sonic game for a while because I'm still kind of wounded from this. So yeah, that's how I feel.
The game is playable. It's just
not replayable.
Yeah, I tried playing it 2 weeks ago. I tried playing it 2 weeks ago and I uninstalled the game, but that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sai.
Okay, so yeah, now for me, I wouldn't say Forces is inherently a bad game. It's a disappointing game from my standpoint, and the reason why I say that, on a personal level, is because, from my side of things, I was hyping up for this game so much. Course of a couple months, when they showed all the CGI trailers and the and especially at E3, I was dead at E3. I saw Shadow, I saw Chaos, I saw this new. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? But I was sitting in my room and I was like talking to people on Discord, theorizing about this game, like thinking about all these crazy outcomes that Sega probably wouldn't even think about doing, because at this point, Sonic Team just sees Sonic games as a chore more than passion. They see it as more of a chore. At least that's what I can tell. Yeah, it's more of a job. It's not a passion. That's what it feels like. So, I was sitting there talking to people. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what if, they do this huge battle, with Sonic and Infinite, and yeah, that battle was still there, but it obviously wasn't the same as what I thought it was gonna be. Like I pictured, like Sonic and Infinite like dashing each other across the city and smashing through. I don't know, like I pictured it as like a whole DBZ fight or a Naruto battle. It looked more like that. But
what interested me was the Infinite is faster than Sonic thing. Like, how are they going to utilize that in a boss fight? And they didn't.
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, oh my god! Like, I just pictured like, you guys ever seen that movie Man of Steel? Right? You know that one scene where it's like Superman's like coming up the building and Zod's going down the building and they're about to hit each other. I kind of picture, because I kind of like little stuff like that. Like where two characters are running at top speed, and then when they connect to hit, there's this huge like sound wave, or like you're like, that stuff's cool. And I kind of wanted to see that, because I said to myself, whoa, what if one of Sonic's friends gets hurt, and then it triggers Sonic and he gets all pissed and angry, and then he starts, like his blows start to become like stronger, like there's all this rage and stuff in Sonic, like he's getting angry and he just starts like beating the crap out of Infinite. I even sketched something out when I was talking with my buddies. It was like when Sonic and Infinite are fighting, just that kind of crazy stuff, like with a spin dash. I don't know. But yeah, all that stuff sounded cool. And then when the game came out, it was like, you guys wasted the potential of the game. There was just so much that could have been done. It's just one of those games. It's like another Sonic 06 in a way, only not as bad, I guess. But it was just one of those.
Like, ready to defend it, and I came out of the game like I just can't.
Yeah, same here. I was defending the game too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. What if it is not as bad as everyone keeps saying it is? And then when I got to play for myself, I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's bad. It's a mess. They should have took their time with it. They should have outsourced the game. You know what I'm saying? They should have took more time on the story. They should have thought things through, but they didn't. It is what it is. It just
Yeah, and I think I'll give my 2 cents on the whole thing now. The game, even though I do seem to be talking crap about it a lot, my first playthrough of the game, I had fun. I will always say that. The first playthrough of Sonic Forces, I did have fun. But the more and more I played the game, the more and more I became angry at like certain things. Like, when every time when I saw something lacking in Forces that really has no excuse, I always go back to I think 2014.
What?
Trade you guys, and we're gonna change the way we make our games, and we're gonna focus on quality over quantity. We're gonna focus on that stuff, and in the end of the day, and then in the end of the day, it's not there. Like, he said that, and I said back in 2014 in my old video, I said, okay, that's cool, but I need to see it. And in the end of the day, we still have not seen that. You guys still have proven that you have not changed the way you guys make games. You guys, in my opinion, blatantly lied to the fans, saying that this game was made by the team that brought you Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations. That was a blatant lie. That was a blatant lie, because the people that worked on those games have little to no effect on how the game played or how the game looked. I believe they just had the same janitor, so I think that's why they put it in the credits or whatever. And and just like you'd said, Sai, I hyped up for this, and it sucks. It's not that it sucks to say this, but Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces is what built my channel, hyping for those two games.
Same for Twitch.
After Sonic Mania, when I got to Sonic Forces, I was just like, I was hurt because it's like I hyped for this game, I defended this game. When Nintendo Life made a video talking bad about the demo, like horribly.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's actually how I discovered you.
I defended Forces to the end. I'm like, there's no way that's possible. It's the same engine. It's the same as Generations. It plays the same. None of that. And now that I look at that video, I kind of see what he was talking about, and now I look like a fool. The game made me look like a fool. It's like I defended you. I was on your side. It's like that GIF from that one TV show. It's like we were all rooting for you, like like that. Like honestly, that's what it was. We were all rooting for you, and you literally backhanded us. And and in the end, all I have to say is the game didn't live up to its promise. It could have been so much, left so little, and all I could say now is look at Mania, look what was successful, do what you did for Mania, do it for the 3D Sonic games. That's all I could say. I don't work for a multi-million-dollar company, but from what I could tell from my point of view, I know it sounds easier with the way I say it, but do what you did for Mania and bring it to 3D Sonic, because he needs it now more than ever. And if they continue doing this, we probably will talk about Sonic being back like years from now. We'll probably talk about when Sonic was still a thing, because honestly he will not survive the way things are going so far. That's my take on it. Forces,
I think for like temporarily Sonic is pretty much dead.
I wouldn't say he's dead because 06 happened and he's somehow still here. He's not dead, especially after me. I think more specifically, I think Modern Sonic took another big hit. Classic Sonic isn't going anywhere, especially after Mania. He ain't going anywhere.
Actually, I actually got really scared though at the end of Forces. When Sonic was like, right after Classic Sonic leaves, and then Sonic's like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll see him again."
No, you're joking with yourself.
I really hope not. I was like, no, please.
No, I think they had to have heard everyone that Classic Sonic was the worst part of Forces, but
yeah. I was like, I really hope not. I was like, no, I just want him to be his pillar. I don't want to be in the modern stuff anymore, please. But no.
Yeah, but that's my take on it. Sega, get your magics run out with the people you have, is what I'm saying. There is no passion for anything in the company right now. You need to get new fresh blood in there, because goddamn, you really need it. That's all I'm saying on the matter. I think that pretty much sums it up. Is there anything else, Henke?
I think we wrap this up.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in bed like 24 minutes ago.
Oh crap. My bad.
No, it's all good. I think we covered what we needed to cover successfully.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting us do this. It was fun.
No problem. I'm glad you all could make it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I was glad that I was able to be a part of this. I actually hope we can do more stuff like this in the future, because I like being a part of discussions.
Make it a segment on our channels. Honestly, sounds like a good idea to me.
Awesome.
Possibly.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
No problem.
Thanks for having me, bro.
I wasn't able to talk as much because I kind of have a sore throat at the moment, but I tried my best.
Don't worry about it.
My brain hurt.
Yeah, no, you sound fine to me, bro.
I think everyone contributed pretty well.
Yeah, we had a discussion longer than the game. All right, sorry. I just had to do another quick pick.
No, that was good. That was awesome.
Good.